The MGM Grand Hotel disaster of 1980 unfolded in the early morning hours of November 21 in Las Vegas, Nevada, inside what was then the largest hotel in the world and a glittering symbol of excess, ambition, and modern design. A 26-story behemoth boasting nearly 2,100 rooms, a sprawling casino floor, restaurants, showrooms, and shopping arcades. A place meant to embody luxury and safety through its scale and sophistication. Yet beneath the neon glow and polished marble lay a web of overlooked vulnerabilities that would converge into one of the deadliest fires in American history, a catastrophe born not of a single dramatic explosion but of quiet failures accumulating unnoticed until they ignited into irreversible tragedy, beginning at approximately 7:07 a.m. when smoke was first detected in the casino level near a small restaurant known as the Deli, an unassuming 24-hour eatery that served breakfast to early risers and graveyard shift workers, where an electrical fault inside a refrigerated display case is widely believed to have sparked a fire that smoldered unnoticed for critical minutes, feeding on combustible materials such as plastic laminate, vinyl wall coverings, polyurethane foam padding, wood veneer, and decorative furnishings that were widely used throughout the casino to create an atmosphere of warmth and luxury but which, under fire conditions, became lethal accelerants producing vast quantities of dense, toxic smoke, and while the flames themselves initially remained relatively localized, the smoke did not. Instead, it spread rapidly through the casino floor, driven by the building's ventilation system and open design, moving invisibly yet relentlessly into adjacent corridors, stairwells, and vertical shafts, climbing upward through the hotel tower like a black tide. And within minutes, guests sleeping dozens of floors above the fire source began to inhale carbon monoxide-laced air without any awareness of danger, many never waking at all. As the MGM Grand, despite its size and prestige, lacked a fully integrated fire alarm system capable of alerting all occupants simultaneously, relying instead on partial alarms that failed to activate throughout the building, leaving thousands of guests completely unaware that a fire was raging below them, while staff members, themselves confused by the absence of alarms and clear protocols, struggled to understand the scope of the emergency, some initially believing the smoke was a minor kitchen incident, others attempting to investigate without protective equipment, losing precious time as conditions deteriorated rapidly, and as smoke thickened and visibility dropped to near zero in parts of the casino, guests attempting to flee became disoriented, some crawling along the floor, others collapsing before they could reach exits, while above, in the hotel tower, smoke infiltrated hallways and rooms through gaps around doors, ventilation ducts, and elevator shafts, transforming what should have been safe sleeping quarters into deadly chambers, and because many of the guestroom doors were not smoke-tight and the tower lacked pressurized stairwells, the smoke spread unchecked, particularly affecting floors above the 10th level, where guests found corridors filled with suffocating darkness, some attempting to escape downward only to encounter stairwells already contaminated with smoke, forcing them back into their rooms where they sealed doors with towels, sheets, or clothing, desperately trying to block the intrusion of poison-laden air, while others broke windows in a futile attempt to breathe, unaware that fresh air rushing in could worsen smoke movement, and as the fire department received the first emergency calls, crews were dispatched from across Las Vegas, arriving to confront a scene that defied expectations, with little visible flame but massive clouds of smoke pouring from entrances and upper floors. Bodies already beginning to be found in hallways, elevators, and rooms, many victims showing no burns at all, their deaths caused instead by smoke inhalation and carbon monoxide poisoning, which accounted for the overwhelming majority of the eventual 85 fatalities, a grim testament to the invisible nature of the threat, and firefighters, facing extreme heat and near-zero visibility on the casino level, advanced hose lines into the smoke-filled interior while rescue teams focused on evacuating trapped guests from the tower, a task complicated by jammed elevators, power failures, and the sheer scale of the building, as ladders could not reach higher floors and helicopters were deployed to the roof in dramatic rescue efforts, lowering baskets to extract survivors who had made their way upward seeking clean air, while inside, rescuers went door to door, often guided only by faint sounds or the outlines of hands pressed against windows, breaking down doors to find unconscious guests piled near bathroom floors where they had sought breathable air, carrying them through smoke-filled corridors down stairwells that felt endless under the weight of exhaustion and urgency, and as the hours passed, The fire itself was brought under control relatively quickly compared to the scale of loss, but the damage had already been done, with entire sections of the casino gutted and the hotel tower rendered a vertical trap that had silently killed dozens long before flames reached them. And as dawn broke over Las Vegas, the true magnitude of the disaster became clear, with makeshift triage centers overwhelmed, hospitals flooded with smoke inhalation victims, and the city grappling with the realization that a building designed to represent modern safety and luxury had instead become a case study in catastrophic design failure. And in the aftermath, investigations revealed a cascade of systemic shortcomings, including the absence of automatic sprinklers in the casino area, a lack of smoke detectors in many spaces, insufficient fire barriers to contain smoke, flammable interior finishes that violated the spirit if not the letter of existing codes, and regulatory loopholes that allowed older sections of the building to avoid compliance with newer safety standards, all compounded by economic pressures and aesthetic priorities that favored visual appeal over fire resistance, leading to sweeping changes in building codes nationwide, particularly for high-rise hotels and casinos, mandating sprinklers, smoke control systems, fire-resistant materials, and comprehensive alarm systems. Changes written in the lives lost at the MGM Grand, whose disaster reshaped fire safety engineering and emergency response doctrine across the United States, even as the hotel itself would later reopen, renovated, and rebranded, carrying on under a new name while the memory of that morning lingered in survivor testimony, firefighter accounts, and the silent rooms where guests had perished without ever seeing a flame, marking the MGM Grand Hotel fire not only as a tragedy of fire but as a stark lesson in how modern buildings can fail catastrophically when smoke, silence, and complacency intersect, a lesson that continues to echo through every regulation and safety standard born from its ashes.